So we're here again at the trade deadline, and it's been an okay-ish season. We're kind of close to 500, definitely not making the playoffs, but it's the development. That's oh, I can't switch to the AHL from there. That's essentially kind of what we're looking at. Oh my goodness, hold on a sec. If you look down there, goals for per game in the AHL, 374, first place. Second in goals against with 216. Power play is in the top 10. Penalty kill, 14th, but 86.6%. And speaking of development, we'll take a look here at the top producers. And yeah, Xi Jinping, 56 points in 50 games. Jacob Dubiel, 41 points in 50 games. Yeah, 203 shots, man. He's the shooting percentage is very low, but like dude's good. Like he's shooting a lot. Like if you can get that shot up there, which is kind of nuts. He already has a really great shot. I'm a little bit surprised that he does only have 16 goals. What's actually nuts to me is that AJ only has 28. Shoots a decent amount. Just isn't producing a ton of points. He's actually being outscored by Scary Carey here, who is kind of a monster defensively. Two-way guy on the top pairing, 38 points. He's got some power play. He's got 12 goals. He's got thunderclap. Like, he's looking quite interesting, and oh baby, the future is looking bright. But yeah, it's a bit interesting. But again, AJ, sometimes you need a role player, even like an elite type of role player, like on that top line. And if you're looking at the composition of that line, Z and Jacob can just kind of do their thing. AJ, he's gonna kind of be the accent piece on that line. Anyway, we just wanted to take a quick look at that. I'll take a quick look at the goalies as well. Oh my god, yeah. Coco, 32, 2-0 with a 930. He's looking really good too. Like, yeah, things are looking quite good. But we turn our attention back to the NHL team here at the deadline because we're looking to make some moves. At least one. I think Pajot on that, 1-year deal. We picked him up. He's 34. We should probably ship him out to a contender. The nice thing is that like the plan with Cartier, give him a shot on the third line, and look, he's up to an 82. I don't know if that's a lot of morale. I mean, it doesn't look like the morale only should have boosted him up all the way there. It could be that. Maybe it's a little bit of growth as well. Or maybe he was, morale down, and this is what his, more true overall is. Either way, he's a lot more solid of a player. Defense, he can't be just in a pure defensive role, I don't think, with those defensive stats. He's got some decent offense. We'll see. We'll see if he's got, a longer term kind of stay here. Sort of depends on where he goes in his development, where we kind of want him to go. But for sure, Pajot should be on the way out. Now, there's a couple things I was thinking. If we just trade Pajot, yeah, we can just throw Garçon in there and hope we don't have any other injuries. Or we could take back some kind of player, but that would limit us in what our return could be for Pajot. The other thing was, like, try to find a home for Eberle as well. The issue with also trading Eberle is that, okay, how are you going to replace him? What I was thinking is you move Eberle, you move Pajot, you move someone else. Maybe a Heinen. And then you bring up this line to play third line. Ole's listed as fourth line. Jinping and Dubiel, I think, yeah, they're both listed as depth. But if they play the last stretch in the NHL, then we send them back down to the A for the playoffs. That is an option. And that would give some of these other guys down here some playing time, some development time. Because we do have 3 forwards, I believe. Not quite. Excuse me. But, I mean, we can throw one of those defensemen on the 4th line. Again, it gives him a chance. So, we're going to explore all that. Thing with Eberle, though, is that he's making 10 mil. I don't know how many retention slots we have, but we'll take a look. Is it going to show us here? No. Does it show us anywhere? Hold on. I think you have to go to another screen to do that, but maybe, just maybe. If I go to retain salary, would it tell me? No. So, I don't think that, I don't think we have anyone retained anymore. So, we're gonna retain on Pajot. That's kind of the plan. We'll find a good destination for him. Calgary wants him. They have max contracts. And I don't think they're quite good enough to... Oh, okay, here we go. Avs. I'm thinking this is the one. Makar is currently injured. Interesting. I'm thinking this is the one because we can 100% get a late first for it. Oh, easily. Jeez. You know, maybe the Calgary does work. The issue is we have to take someone back. That might be too much. Yeah, that's going to be too much. So, the Avs actually... I'm going the complete wrong way. The Avs do make a ton of sense. Rangers... also makes sense. But what I liked about the Avs is they actually had a second as well we could grab. They're having a terrific season. First and a second for Pajot. Is this a buyer's market? It might be. That looks good with the retention. If we could get a first and a second for freaking Pajot, yes, it's not the best first on the planet. But I would get it. You never know what can be in that late first, man. You really never know. I think this is a no-brainer. And then, if we in a pinch, we can go with Carson. Let's see what they say to this. Could we get a first and a second for Pajot with 50% retention? Let's see how good of a fit this is for Colorado. If you look at their centerman... Middlestat and Colton can play wing. Hold on. That's 7. There's their top 9. Could be better. Like, it could be a better fit, but they do want him. O'Connor could play lower. I feel like Schwartz has got to be on that third line. I mean, he is better than both O'Connor and Schwartz. They have a lot of good forwards. They're just stacked. This just stacked team is just going to make them better. Hell, man. Alright, I'm going to go for it anyway. They do want him. Retention plus deadline. And we can maybe get a first and a second. Sweeten the value just a touch. You know I'm going to go for it. You know I'm going for it. I don't know if we do have some stuff here. We'll try low 7 first. It works. That's a freaking no-brainer. A first and a second for JG Pajot. Yep. I'm doing that every friggin' day of the week. So we'll just throw in Carson for now. Throw him in there. Fill it now. If I'm... The thing about Eberle Heinen is... value. Heinen doesn't have to be retained. Eberle 100% does. And it depends on how much I can get back. Now, you don't want to completely... tank Beniers and Wright production seasons. But at the same time... you know, Jesus. They're already doing pretty damn good. And a few extra points, I think, in the long run. Won't matter a ton. Now, the thing is, Eberle, not much value. And Heinen, same kind of thing. But them together. I'm actually thinking about shipping them to the same place. Now, the team's got to have a little bit of cap space, obviously, to make this happen. But with the deadline and retaining at least on Eberle, and honestly, I might as well retain on both. I don't plan to trade anyone else. They're all on expiring contracts. Literally all of them on expiring contracts. You may as well. Not going to send them to Colorado, obviously. But let's see who else. Dallas. A little bit of... I'm seeing if there's anywhere I could squeeze him in. That wants to take him. The Devils. Here we go. The Devils. Eberle and Heinen. How are they looking on forwards? Oh, look. Yeah, this is... strong at the top, but it kind of starts falling off quickly. They're top 6. There's their top 9. They do have enough, like, guys who are good enough. But imagine an Eberle playing on that third line. But are they built for that? Not really. It looks like their third line's kind of more trending towards grinders. But this does give them a lot of options. Like, for me, I would be putting Nason down on that third line. Getting some more scoring. They're very, very strong down the middle. And then, again, their depth just increases a crap ton. You're probably only getting the first from... Never mind. We might be able to get a first and 2 firsts and 2 seconds out of this deadline, which I did not think was going to be possible. Wow. This, looking at it right now, 100% goes through. Alright, so if we bring up all those guys, we still have Carson. Some guys have to get shifted up. Playing some higher roles, but... wow. This is, man, I think I want to go for this. We can squeeze both of them into New Jersey. That gives them even more depth. A little bit of scoring help. A little bit more, bottom 6 help. Just increases their depth a crap ton, and we can get a first and a second. Yeah, this is an absolute seller's market. It looks like value-wise we can even get more. In which case, I'll look for like a third from next year in this. I don't think this goes, but I'm going to try. More than a single player for a single block need. What? They're telling me Heinen and Eberle are the same? Like, we only need... oh, no, this will go through. Okay, if I say F the third, I would sacrifice that. 100%. I'd sacrifice picking up a third from next year just to push this one through. 100%. Could I get anything, though? Could I get anything from next season? They might tell me the block thing, yeah. You know what? I think we just take this straight up. It's a first and a second. It's more than I should get for these 2 players, in my opinion. I think I just do it. It's like, yeah, min-max wise, I could get some other pick from it, but... okay. Yeah, it's pretty much, I think we're right on the edge. I don't think we can... yeah, okay, well, we know... I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take it. No friggin' question. Eberle and Heinen both at 50% retained for yet another first and second to this coming draft, I think is a no-brainer. So we're doing it. Boom. Sorry, Radko. Alright, and now... we bring up... I didn't bring up this guy, but... nah. Oh my god, look at his puck skills. brings like nothing else to the table. His defense is atrocious. Yeah, Jinping, Dubiel, and AJ will all come up. We'll give them their cup of coffee in the NHL. I wasn't planning on doing this in the last video, but with all those guys being on expiring deals, I think it's good. Yeah, Beniers is kind of hybrid, so Wright can play up. That's not the best chemistry. And I'm guessing I'm just going to send Cartier up to that second line. Let's see. Maybe I'll do maybe I'll keep the second line as it is. We'll just throw a digger onto the top line. It's not amazing, but you know what? Is what it is. Okay, and we'll do some switching here. Jinping goes in. Dubiel goes in. And AJ goes in. They get a +3 together. That's nice. Let's see what the... Oh, AJ's good for the first in this system. Z, not so much. Dubiel, really good in this system. Man, Bilesma might actually be a coach that we want to hold on to. Just looking at the chemistries for this line in particular, like if you throw them on the first, they're getting at least +3, I think. Even though Jinping is not a huge fan of it, both AJ and Dubiel love it. All right, well, let's take a bit more of a look here. Okay, on the top power play, obviously, got to get at least a couple of them on it. Hold on, maybe they take over the second. Okay, yeah, Dubiel and Jinping are already in there. Yeah, they're gonna take over the second unit. AJ net front. You know what I'm gonna do here? Is make... Yeah, put Jinping as the quarterback. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Who's taking draws? Oh my god, please move. Stevenson. He could still take draws, I mean. Yeah, he has very similar face-offs to... Yeah, it's the same, and I want Jinping, obviously, to quarterback it, so we'll start him in that position. Alright, first power play. Wasabi. Yeah, don't worry. I'll switch it back or I'll switch it to what I want it to be in a sec. Let's just get Kako in there. Switch him and Beniers. Like so. And we'll have Kako on the one time being the finisher. I think this is good. I think this is good. To fuck up my face off. Yeah. The issue here is that... Yeah. I guess Beniers will take the draws. Marchment's net front. Something like that. Okay. That's that. 4-man, I'm just throwing one of them in there. Because I don't care about the 4-man power play, like, at all. Pretty much not at all. Sure. Fucking sure, who cares? As long as the lines are good. Now, some of them might be on PK now. Jinping, Dubiel, whatever. I'll give, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna, well, they can counterattack, man. So these are gonna be the lines, and then once the playoffs start, we're sending Jacob, Jinping, and AJ all back down. I'm gonna best lines the AHL now because I can. Yeah, it's still putting carry up here as it should. Yeah, well, best lines the AHL for now. And then like, it's still good. It's still good. They shouldn't like suffer a ton. It does put Catton down on the third line. That's okay, though. He hasn't done tremendous on that second. He'll be moved back up, and yes, I'll make sure to give him actual power play time. He'll probably even have some right now, but I don't care about that. Yeah. This is going to be how we finish the season. This is going to be the cup of coffee for the future, maybe first line for us, right? Let's see how they do. They got +4 together. It wasn't even just +3. Unless it's lying on one of those, but hopefully it's not that one. All right, so there we go. Trade deadline is over. We still have enough depth pieces in the NHL. Everything went swimmingly. Like that was way better of a trade deadline than I thought it would be. Yeah, we went with both. Like they're gonna probably make deep runs. So those firsts, the value's not incredible, but again, you can package them together to get something. You can still find really good players back there. All kind of depends. But let's finish this season off now. We don't need anyone. I was going to actually pick some guys up on waivers if I needed to, but with the plan now, we don't need to. Let's see how we finish this year. Watch us win. Never mind. Oh my god, we haven't scored. Come on, third line. Do your thing. It's okay, and like I said, it's fine if we lose more. That's beneficial for us, but wow. Things started clicking. Okay, Dragasevich. The good news is, again, we can best lines from here on out for the AHL. Which is real good. Oh, come on. Unfortunately, AJ goes down. He's not out. He'll miss... Oh, God, he could miss a lot of games, unfortunately. There's a big little... Good little amount of games in here. It's a lot of AHL injuries. What the hell? But we're actually winning with some of these young guys up there. AJ got injured. We won 3. 4. Oh, God. Apparently, Dubiel and Jinping like Carcelling quite a bit. Oh my god, he's up to an 81. It's got to be morale, right? I don't know, man. Oh my god, yeah, look at all the... Yeah, it's got to be a little bit of that, because look at all that ice time. But at the same time, man, they're all, 80 plus. Ilya Labushkin, come on, man. At least it wasn't one of the young guys again. I'm excited to see what their numbers are going to be. Just curious. Labushkin, let's get him back in. Don't want a best lines. Yeah, AJ's now down to an 80. Yeah, here. And weirdly, now it's a +1 with Ball and Gudis. Huh. Not a win against the Oilers. This actually... I wasn't expecting this many wins. I really wasn't expecting this many wins after making those moves, but you know what? Wait a sec. Didn't even give me the NHL season's over thing. I could immediately send him down and get him. There we go. We could still send him down. They should still play this game, so it's not the end of the world. They'll play the last 2 games of the season, get ready for the playoffs. Alright, well there's the season. We're already in the off-season focus type thing. We will check the full team stats. I know I could have just checked them on the last one, but this is so habitual for me at this point. 289 goals for per game, 367, 17% power play, 80.4 on the PK, 4 shorties. Allowed 11 shorties. Well, this is the main thing. Beniers was 65 points. Stevenson 65. Wright 64. Pretty solid. Kakko had 54. Marchman had 50. Decent. Cartier actually ended with 40 points. Not bad at all. And then you got your fourth liners and such down here. Oh, look at that. This is good. This is good for freaking guys jumping in on that third line, man. Jinping had 13 points in 18 games played. Dubiel had 12 points in 18 games played. AJ had 8 and 14. Like, that's kind of better than he was doing pace-wise in the A. So them playing together, and they were all pluses. That's huge. And it wasn't like all their points were coming on the power play either. Jinping and Dubiel each had a power play goal. AJ didn't get anything. And Jinping actually had a freaking shorty in that time. This must be because PK. That's weird though. That his ice time is that much lower just in the difference between of the PK. He was on the power play too. Wow. That's kind of a lot of penalty minutes though for Rizzi. 93 discipline. LOL. This is great. Honestly, this is like, that's good. That's nice for their cups of coffee, right? Like, that's pretty decent playing third line, a little bit of power play for them to produce like that, getting called up from the A. Yeah, and they all have their rookies seasons intact. Defensively, Riker Evans had 31 points. Wasabi 21. Surprisingly, man, only 2 points on the power play all year. That kind of is shocking. And it was the top unit too. That was the top unit. That was a little shocking to me, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's all right there for him. He's really good. But again, young defenseman. And here's the other thing, man. He loves... Honestly, I think Bilesma just might be the fucking guy. Just like on chemistries and stuff like that. Like, we might still have to make a change and like suffer for the chemistry just to maybe get, you know, different kind of play style in there. But man, Bloomqvist ended the season with a 905, which on a and a winning record. Well, a Bettman winning record. That's good. That's really good from Bloomqvist on this kind of team. I hope he gets another little jump, man. I kind of want this guy to be our goalie for a bit. I really do. I really do. Awesome. Yeah, that's much, much better than I thought it would be. All right, let's check around the league for forwards. There we go. Connor McDavid being Connor McDavid finally. 146 points, 59 goals, 87 assists. Marner with 107 assists is filthy. Jesus, Matthews. 77 goals, 132 points. 130. Look how the points. Holy crap. Rantanen. Still on the Canes. Oh, man. Jeez. Just look at the 100-point scores. That's an insane amount of 100-point scores. Wow. Yeah, Matthews led the way with 77 goals. McKinnon had 71. Draisaitl 65. Wow, 4 60 or above goal scorers. 8 50 or above goal scorers. And we already know who's leading the assists. No one else was even close to Marner. Future Shark, by the way. Wow. All right, let's see who's the most clutch. Has to be Garland, right? Yeah. 11 game winners. 38 goals. It's like one for 3.5. All right. Pastrnak, 23 power play goals. Power play points. McDavid with 43 and Draisaitl 41. Makes sense. Jeez. Shorties, 5 for Bertuzzi. Shorty points. Hayton, Iafallo. Are they both on Utah? Yep. Yeah, Utah had a scary PK. Iafallo only had 951 ice time. He had to be on the fourth line. They probably are a roll 3 strategy with that ice time, considering he's on the PK. Wow. All right, let's check out the Selke candidates here. Crosby's in the mix yet again. McKinnon even in the mix. You know, Robert Thomas, okay. He might actually win it. O'Reilly, probably not enough face-offs. Barkov's in the mix. Miller. Pretty interesting Selke race here. Even Strome, man. Wow, there's a lot of guys you could make an argument for. Defensively, Quinn Hughes with the most points. And the game is taunting me. Yeah, Quinn Hughes, though. Gonna be probably winning that. Could be Makar. It's kind of crazy. Only one defenseman made it to, 80 points. Although if you look at Makar, like with his injury, like he would have. Oh my God! Like I'd actually consider giving him the Norris just based on points percentage and plus minus for where he's at, because the dude is actually still injured. Yeah, unfortunately, because of that injury, there's only one defenseman, who had over 80 points. In a near full season was, above point per game. There's no one else up there, which is a little bit surprising given, the talent pool. Even someone who like didn't even deserve to be up there isn't up there, because you know how EA is and their crazy sim, like, it could be like some weird veteran, because you know how the sim works, like some veteran just has an outstanding season that he's literally never had in real life and never could have because the skill level's not just there. He's just not that kind of player. And yeah, I don't know, maybe someone whose only award they won would be considered a legacy reward because he didn't like even deserve it in that season, you know what I mean? But it's weird, we didn't see that this year. No one's there. Alright, goaltenders. Lankinen. Playing above Demko, clearly. Unless Demko's just gone, and with those amount of game plays, he fucking might be. 916, 254, solid. What else can you say but solid? Really, really good out of Kevin Lankinen. Yeah. Alright, you know what? Before I even check the rookies, we could just do it here, which I've never done before. I always go to the fun stuff. No goalie goals. 7 assists for Wall, though. 7 assists for Wall. Too bad you got absolutely fucking undressed by Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini last night. What a fucking game, though, by the way. I'm hoping some of you out there caught that. That was honestly one of, if not the best Sharks game that I witnessed this season. And trust me, I've witnessed a lot. Because I'm watching the young guys, and they've been more exciting this year than last year in general. Last year was painful. This year, less pain, more hope, more excitement. But last night, holy shit, even allowing 2 goals in the last 70 seconds of the game, which was fucking heartbreaking. But again, that's young teams, right? That's young teams. They found a way to win, and that's the important thing. Makes us closer, and we're now within 2 points of Chicago, I think, with a game in hand. So, like, we could lose out on the... But let's be real. The NHL is not going to let us win the lottery 2 years in a row. Let's just be honest. It's highly, highly doubtful that shit happens. I'm not saying it's rigged, but... Levshinov, 51 points as a rookie, plus 17. Yep, he's going to be winning that. Can't even make an argument for any goaltender. We'll do the fun stats now. No one hit 200 soft league. Fights. There we go. At least a few guys. Kyle Burrows. Sharks legend. Foligno, Middleton, Olivier. Toughest guy in the NHL, by the way. Matthew Olivier. It's not a contest. It's not a contest. Don't even fucking breathe the word Rempe. That guy, I don't think I've seen him win a fight. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, seriously, because I saw his, if you could call it a fight, against, oh my God, Janot. The fuck, man? The guy can't skate. He doesn't have balance. I get it, you're big, but like, buddy, to fight, you gotta have balance. Think back to Bogard. Like, who, to be fair, was not a good fighter as he was coming up through the juniors. Had to learn. But again, he turned into a monster. By Rempe's age, like, anyway, I gotta shit on any Rangers player when I can, but like, honestly, fuck that guy, fuck Rempe, dude. He can't skate, he makes horrible hits, like, he doesn't know how to properly hit, so he's just throwing bows out there. He fucked up Heiskanen, that's why I hate him. Probably a top 5 defenseman in the league. Yes, he is better than Fox. Not on the offensive side, but that's not what a defenseman is all about. Yeah. Anyway, I'm a Miro Heiskanen truther. Guy's top 5 defenseman, maybe top 3. Obviously, Makar and Hughes above him. It's an argument for where he ends up. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the draft class. What our scouts have found out so far. Got Landon Dupont. franchise OFD. Don't really need. Redmond, Hancock. EA generated. And then you got the members. Sasquatch. Excuse me, Vlog City. The Swiss Cheesy. Who's not a goaltender. So you can trust him. Enzo Panzerotti. Matt Walsh. There we go. I know there's more here. The Midwest Duo. I had fun. This was not a requested name, but if I'm making a goaltender and I can make a pun in it, there we go. Troy Robinson is Troy Robinson one. I hope you appreciate that. And I think, yeah, that'll be it. But yeah, the member's still there. Beautiful. Just making sure. There used to be that glitch where like you couldn't put them in the third-year draft, and I'm pretty sure since then we've been able to, but you never know. Glitches can come and go. But yeah, not too bad. We'll actually sort by potential here. Do we have any steals? No. Couple possibilities. Who I might. Oh, he's already been looked at. I might actually But look, I'll show you why I'm not doing manual scouting. It's because look. It's the delay. If I went down here, it's still showing the goalie stats. It's still showing. I'm on the other guy. It's still showing. If I clicked and went to try to scout, it's still on the other guy. That's fucking nuts. That's why I'm not doing it, because it's the delay. It'll take me. It takes me like an extra half second to a full second for each switch. And that I can't, no, I'm not, I ain't doing that. So anyway, that's the reason I'm going full auto scout here. Just so you guys know. It's not that I'm being lazy. Well, I guess you could call it lazy because I don't want to deal with the menu lag. Look at how long it takes to switch. One Mississippi. It literally is a second. Fuck. I thought I was being dramatic. No, it's a fucking full second. So add up a full second for the average amount of guys which I click on and move and scout for. Like we're adding a few minutes, which may not sound like a lot, but for my ADD brain in the moment and my neurospiciness, I got a system and I want to do it, and I got to go fast. Anyway, there's a lot of possibilities for low elite here, position wise, where they're at in the draft, tough to say, but yeah, I guess we'll see. They're all being looked at anyway, so I can't even suffer through any of that. All right, we can do off-season focuses next, but of course, the draft is going to be... Oh, let's look at progress reports as well, since we got time. Since we ended the season. And since we got those guys up here. Yeah, Dubiel. I think he got a bit more since we last checked on him, maybe. Zhang Ping. Looks kind of the same-ish. Wasabi actually got more growth than when we last checked, for sure. Accuracy's going up. Defense going up, which is huge. And AJ. Awareness, that's important. I wonder if that was the offseason that I got him for, because I was trying to improve his offense awareness in the offseason. Defense went up. And his aggressiveness. Alright. Let's check down here. Berkeley is up to a 76. So he actually grew a lot, which is what he needed to do. It wasn't like a huge explosion, but he gave himself a much better chance to be a part of this team's future. Had he not grown that much, yeah. Callan's right there on pace. I think he was 70 at 20 last we checked. He's now much higher, so he absolutely grew more. York, the goaltender, 62 at 19. Oh yeah, he's honestly on pace to make it. This was the guy we picked up in like the 6th round or something, 5th round. The steal that saved me. It's maybe, you know, it's always tough for those low elites. He has to have like an explosion growth year. He had an okay year growth here, but he needs to have like one of those where we're seeing double digits in the growth to really be like, yeah, you're gonna make this team in the future. All the goaltenders grew quite well. Look at that. Hamuse a lot. Beckman, pretty good. Farrelly even grew a bit. He was at 47, I think. The only one we're missing from is Scary Carry, which is a little interesting. I'm pretty sure we did just draft him, though. He's got a bunch of morale growth. Yeah, he was drafted in 26. So, again, that can happen. Once those guys drafted, in that first year, they could just not grow if they start, like, high overall, which obviously he did. I'm not worried. We got tons and tons of time, and he's, especially as a defenseman, they usually do develop a bit later. And he's a two-way. So, like, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't make it to top 2. I'd love him to, because he's freaking sick. Like, we'll see, though. We shall see. At the end of the day, it was a good season for what we were trying to do. And that trade deadline, oh my God, I got way, way more than I thought I was going to do. And I made another trade I didn't think I was going to as well. We were able to get 2 firsts, 2 seconds at that trade deadline. For what we had, pretty damn good. So, in reality, it's like 2 seconds, 2/3, but at the same time, still, for what those players are. Yeah, pretty damn good. We did trade him to both, winning type teams, but I'll take it. Again, that's more value. It's more value we can use at the draft, which we couldn't have done with any of those players on expiring contracts. So, let me know what you guys think. Remember to hit that like button, and I will see you guys at the draft.